Welcome to another installment of Property Vlogs, our beloved property viewers and Patreon subscribers. So we are here to tour the Watchmaker, which is this house behind me, and it's by Bellway Homes. This development is called Baldwin's Gate Grange, and we're located right now in Newcastle under Lyme, which is in Staffordshire. So it's a bit gloomy today, guys, but again, we are in the UK and we're moving towards autumn, so we're going to get a bit of an autumnal tour. But let's get straight to the stats. The Watchmaker is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom property. Its approximate size is 1901 square feet. That's 1,901 square feet. And this entire development, the price ranges from £260,000 all the way up to £485,000. So if you're interested, that's £489,500, guys. So if you're interested in what they've got to offer, stay tuned. But let's get straight into the external tour of this particular home. So as you can see, you've got this luscious landscaping. The perks of buying a show home is that you get this landscaping. It does slightly increase the price of this actual plot, but then you're getting more for your money. But if you were to buy this off plan, you are going to get the paving that's going to allow you to access the perimeter of your property, bringing your bins from the back to the front and vice versa. And you're going to get, the rest is going to be turfed. So you're going to have luscious lawn, and then you can put the planting, shrubbery, trees as you see fit. Externally, this version of the Watchmaker is fully rendered in this kind of rough cast render. So when you go close up to it, it's very rough in texture. But it's not a stark white. It's a very subtle kind of, I would say, a cream, a warmish white color, a beige, but a very light beige. And then you've got the contemporary glazing, which is just like in your face. This is a prominent and a very striking home, as you can see, with the glazing all the way around. And it is so modern and so contemporary. It is for somebody who loves bold architectural styles. You've got this double height featured gable right in the center, and it creates the porch canopy, which wraps you around completely, shelters you from the rain, which we're experiencing right now. You've got 2 security lights on PIR sensors. The camera won't pick those up because they're kind of nestled behind the porch. And then you've got this very striking black front door, chrome handle, chrome letterbox. You've got your little peephole and the glazing. So if that's interesting and you want to see the inside, let's get straight into the internal tour. So come with me and let's welcome you home inside this cozy house, the Watchmaker. So come inside, let's get cozy. And shut that noise outside, shut the world out. So let's get straight into the internal tour. We're in the hallway, the heart of the home. As you can see, you've got this kind of very durable matting right at the front of the door. And I love the fact that it is quite a large amount. You know, you can come out and walk a few footsteps in front of the door and you still have enough space. And let's look at the front door. The front door itself, the configuration is quite large. We've got these 2 windows, these glazed elements, I said windows, glazed elements inside. And then we've got these side panels either side, bringing in natural light into this space. We've got the security chain, the peephole, chrome handle, and the letterbox. And have you noticed we've got a color change? So it was black on the outside, white on the inside, which makes it a very subtle appearance internally and blends really nice with the rest of the decor. In terms of ceiling heights, this is a superior ceiling height in terms of it's more than your standard 2.4 meters. And you're going to feel that as you ascend up your staircase. But right now, let's just describe what it feels like to be in this space. You can't, you know, it's not pokey. It's very spacious. I can't reach the walls either side. When you do come in, you do feel like you're really welcomed into the core of the house. I love the decor. My eyes are darting around the room. But let's talk about stuff like the doors, the skirting boards, the staircase, the architectural details, which is why you're watching property vlogs and not just any other YouTuber doing a walkthrough. We're going to talk about the architectural details. So in terms of architraves, we've got this kind of architrave. I've seen it before in other Bellway Homes' properties, but it's nice when every house builder has their own style. This one is going to be an easy to maintain one because it's actually just got a singular groove in the middle, and then it's kind of beveled at the edge, and then the same style same language, I should say, rather, in the skirting boards. And it does have a double groove, very easy to clean, and then mostly square at the top there. So that's really nice. And it's painted in a high gloss white, very, very glossy finish. The doors are actually oak doors, so those are actually upgrades. I will try and point out the upgrades wherever I see them, and wherever you're seeing like things like this. This is such a feature, isn't it? A glass door, a glazed door, I should say, if I'm being very technical. And whenever you see that, you know it's going to be an upgrade. I love the hinges. Love that little detail, something a little bit quirky, a bit different. And then again, we've got another glazed door. So should we go into this room actually? So this is one of the rooms that you're going to see on the main level, the ground floor. It's a really nicely proportioned family room slash formal lounge. And I think in terms of its shape, it's actually a square room. Now, I always say I prefer rectangular rooms for one obvious reason, because I think they're easier to lay out in terms of furniture. However, look at this, guys. This is one of the beautiful features of this house type, which is this floor to ceiling picture window, which completely frames your view. You can see all your landscaping at the front, and depending where you purchase your Watchmaker, you get a different view. So this one is looking at the front of the development. You're going to see all the planting there is still in its infant stage, and you can see over time it's going to grow and become a luscious shrub, like very full boundary at the front there, and that's going to just shelter you and protect you from those other views over there. So that's lovely. I love that glass. And I love the paneling on the wall. That's decor, I know. But again, you can really feel the ceiling height, and they've used the interior design to kind of really emphasize that. We've got a focal point here with our TV above the console. I love the choice of the furniture. They're not small pieces by any means. And then we've got a large drop down pendant there. So the light fixture itself is obviously an interior design choice. You'd get a light, a pendant fitting there, so you can choose whatever light fixture you want to put there. And you've got a radiator over here, nice and cozy. And in terms of amenities for a formal lounge, it's pretty perfect. You might notice these kind of ducts or these outlets here in the ceiling. This is a very energy forward thinking, energy efficient home, and there is a lot of consideration in terms of airflow throughout the house. So that's to do with airflow and ventilation. So we've got here a thermostat on the wall. That's a Honeywell home thermostat. It's a very smart home as well. And we've got the staircase you can see going up to the top. I love the solid oak newel post here. Just really nice to see peaks of natural wood coming through, and then they've paired that with the white high gloss balustrades. Love the feature tread as well, so bringing that out and create a really big feature. It's very elegant. And then the flooring throughout the whole of the ground floor is actually Antico. So that's a luxury vinyl tile, LVT, that's literally what it's called. And it's just a man-made version of wood effect. So you have that durability because it's not actually wood, there's no creaking, and it's very durable against spills. So it's easy to mop and keep this entire space in pristine condition. Before we go into the other rooms, let me check out the functional rooms. The first room I'm going to show you is over here. This is our downstairs toilet. You can see the flooring, that herringbone configuration has been continued all the way in. And in terms of fittings, the tiles they've gone with are just stunning. I love these. I don't think I've seen this level of like quality tiles in a new build in a while. It's very luxurious feeling. And then they've got the mirror that goes from like half height all the way to the ceiling. That's going to be an additional thing, guys. That's not a standard fixture. And I just love the fittings. So you've got a two-piece suite, you've got your toilet, your sink, and you've got a radiator here and a chrome faceplate by Rocker over there. I like the moodiness of it. You've got the ceiling height, and the artwork is just really nice. It's going to be really hard to do this tour without really highlighting how beautiful the staging is. Oh, before I forget, these were also a upgrade, the chrome faceplates to all the light switches, but they are an elegant touch. You're also going to want to know about your storage. So this is like kind of your under stair cupboard, utilizing all that space. It's got your consumer unit, your telecoms, your internet, everything is there, and you can use that for your kind of your semi cloaks with your like shoes and things like that could go in there. The next room we're going to show you is going to be over here. Through this glazed door is your downstairs study, an optional playroom, an optional spare room. It is whatever you want to make of it, but it is fully functional as a study. All that light is just coming through, and you can just see on a gloomy day like this, it really benefits the space. And you can just imagine when the day is like really bright and sunny, it's just going to be so lovely in here. And the staging just shows you that you can really install these floor to ceiling dramatic curtains and have a really stunning finish to this space. So all the fittings and furniture is by Hammonds, and that's an extra, guys. But again, you can just put a table here and have a chair here. You don't have to have fitted or integrated furniture at all. And I want to mention again, we've got those tall ceiling heights and that beautiful flooring as well again. So let's come back out to the hallway. We're peeking upstairs for a little bit, and I'm going to show you the room that you are all been waiting for. Look at this. I just love this. So I've said this on so many previous tours. I love this glazed element. So that continuity flows all the way through from the front to the back of the house. So I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to let you take it all in. This is what we are looking at from a space perspective and a flow perspective. I love the staging. It's very moody. So if you like moody interiors, you're going to love this. The artwork is just divine. It is stunning. So I'm going to start over here. We've got our snug, our living area, our open plan family area, the hub, the heart of the home. I love this chair configuration, which is kind of arced and cradles this area here. We've got our obvious focal point, which has been enhanced with wallpaper. Again, the ceiling height is so tall. So I love that. That's got to be, you know, I don't want to guess wrong, but definitely over 2.4 meters, 2.6. We're kind of going in that direction. We've got sockets over here. There's a radiator there. Again, things like that. Depending on when you purchase the house off plan, you can usually relocate them or play around with their positions. You might want the radiator over this wall or over that. It's up to you. There's a light control over there, so you can control the lights from, you know, you can be watching a movie, switch off the kitchen lights. More on that in a second. And let me scoot around over here. It's just beautiful looking at all this. You've got your bifolding system. It is such a large system. You've got the door element over on that side actually, and then you can open it and fold it and open up completely into the garden, which actually, this would be a good time to insert our clips of the garden tour right now. And I'm going to take you to the garden. So you walk around your house, you open the gate, walk past your utility door, and now you're in your garden area. So yes, it does depend on the actual plot you get, what type of garden size, but you can see that the garden proportions are really good for this show home. I love the curved paving. That is not a standard. I don't believe that's standard. More likely you'll get more of a conservative amount of paving like the house in the far end. But you're probably wondering, wow, I have such a large garden. Well, what they've done is they've actually removed the individual boundaries between all the different properties. You get a timber fence between each property dividing the plots. So there would be a fence there, guys, but looking at the house from the back, you can see the windows are in like dark black, contrasting against that red brick. The front of the house, did you notice? Completely different, right? It's white rendered at the front, but red brick at the back. More of a signature kind of look for this entire development. So this is the back garden. This is the garden tour. You step up into the house at the back. Let's get straight back into the rest of the house. And that was the garden tour. That was really nice. So coming back into this space, we've got this dining area. I love this drop down chandelier for this zone. We've got an 8-seater currently with, oh, actually, I just spotted the 8th chair. An 8-seater dining table, great size, easily fits 8 people dining in this zone. You can obviously change the type of table. You can go with a circular one, but I think what they've done fits this space really well. We've got a radiator, which you could have missed because of this gorgeous cover. over here. So it's a really nice, warm and cozy space. And then as we move over here, by the way, I absolutely love those two pieces of artwork. I've already taken pictures of them and I'm like, as soon as I get home, I'm going to hunt them down. That is stunning. So that, again, staging is 10 out of 10. We're moving towards the kitchen area. We've got this peninsula, which is kind of like, I like a peninsula actually. It creates a U-shaped kitchen. There's a bonus area over there. We've got storage underneath. Everything is done in this kind of like a forest green satin finish, wood textured. So there's a wood grain, a perceptible wood grain finish on the front of it. And it's been paired with these beautiful kind of antique brass handles. Love that selection. Again, the selection you go with, you could go with completely bright colors and have marble worktops and do something completely different. But again, I love the striking finish. This man-made surface there. Love this durable worktop that wraps all the way around. So on that side, we've got storage. And then we've got, actually, let me touch on this and then we come over here for a second. So over here, I'm really excited, guys, to show you a double fridge freezer configuration by Electrolux. It's great. So we are talking about a 5-bedroom home and I'm loving seeing ample fridge space rather than what we're used to seeing, which is making people squash everything into one singular space. Oh, ice lollies. Believe it or not, there was a heat wave just over 2 weeks ago. This is the UK, the weather just changes like that. So we've got a double oven configuration by AEG and a warming drawer, just push. Really conveniently placed and it's right where you need it. Storage above and below. And that is perfect because it's positioned right where you need it. Let's continue around. We've got a temperature controlled wine fridge. Really luxurious to have this. Fully functional, lots of tiers there, and the touchscreen control panel is actually behind the glass, which I love. We've got more storage under here. Everything is on soft closers, so no banging, no clanging. Got the dishwasher here by AEG, full-size dishwasher, and then more storage, more storage. You've got a 1.5 bowl sink, stainless steel sink with curved sides, nice, easy to clean. And then I love this tap selection as well, so you can really kind of get stuff done. And it's a mixer tap, a window in front of your sink. Again, those are all the requirements that I like to look for in a new build house. And then I love this windowsill treatment and the upstand. You've got an ample number of sockets for your appliances there, ample work surface, more storage, more storage, more storage, more storage. And I like the two-tone selection there. So you've got like a greyish interior and you've got your forest green exterior to the cabinets, and then it's wrapped around with additional detailing. We've got the recessed spotlights underneath there, probably an upgrade because they add that extra flair to the kitchen. And then this large extractor fan by AEG. You've got the splashback done in that same worktop material, and then a 5 gas burner with a large wok burner in the middle. I love that. And then here we've got our utensil drawer followed by our wide oversized cutlery drawer and storage and storage and sockets and more storage. So this is a really good size for a 5-bedroom home, I think. And I want to mention I'm seeing sealant all the way around the bottom of the kitchen, all the way around the perimeter. So things that you would not normally see in like an existing house, you will see them in a new build home built to today's specifications. And the sealant means you're going to find it easier to keep this floor clean and stop drafts coming through, which is really nice. So coming into the utility, you can see again, the ceiling heights are still maintained throughout the whole of the utility. You've got a sink in this utility, which makes it very, very functional. It could be a laundry room, it could be a pet room, a whatever you want room. And then it's got an integrated appliance, which may be an upgrade, guys, but it's nice to know that space allocated there. And then storage underneath the sink. And look how well that sink's being done. I love that. None of that kind of cobbled together look. We've got, again, storage underneath there. And of course, our beautiful boiler right there, which is a Logic Heat Squared H24. Now, this is also a massive feature, which is garden access. It's really nice to be able to do the laundry, and then under those hot days, you can just take the clothes outside, dry them outside in the most environmentally friendly, eco-friendly way possible, and then bring them back. Or if you're parked at the front of the house, you can bring in your shopping through the back straight into the kitchen. So this is our entire family hub, heart of the home, and the staging. What do you think of it? Do you like the forest green theme that's running through? And do you think you're going to see a continuation of that upstairs? What do you think is going to happen upstairs? Let us know in the comments. Going back here, I don't think I mentioned the pendants. These are usually optional, the number of pendants. Sometimes you can choose spotlights. So again, everything is usually customizable. Let's go upstairs now. Now we're upstairs on the landing. Okay, it was quite a lot of house to view downstairs, but if you're still here, first of all, like and subscribe, but most of all, thanks for staying in the video, and you are going to be impressed when you see the rest of the rooms. So we're talking 5 bedrooms, right? Not only do we have 5 bedrooms, we also have this as a landing, a U-shaped landing with a gorgeous wraparound oak, balustrading, natural wood, all the way around, and views downstairs. I like that. I like being able to connect the upstairs with the downstairs. And we've totally moved away from pokey, squashed, narrow spaces, you know? So sometimes the word is corridor. I don't feel like this is a corridor. This is a landing space. Great ceiling heights as well, but they've dropped down, I think, back to closer to our usual 2.4 meters. But again, that's perfectly acceptable. Downstairs is where you entertain. Upstairs is where you want to kind of enclose yourself and wrap yourself and relax. So love this wallpaper. Again, making a focal point of this. This is completely decor. I'm aware of that. We also have the picture rail around the top for that accent. We have 2 pendant lights here. Again, usually you can choose where those are going to be and what type of fittings. And then we've got our loft hatch right here for additional storage in the roof space. The first room I'm going to show you is through here. So again, we've got those oak doors. And look at this. Wow. I'm not going to annoy the person cleaning this by putting all my fingerprints on there. But look at this. I did put my fingerprints on there, but I checked. I've not left any fingerprints. My hands aren't greasy. So if you have to clean this, just know that I have not left any fingerprints on this. But look how amazing this is. You can see the countryside settings. This is a wonderful view. Now, okay, I get the fact that the glazing is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. A lot of people like to kind of feel very enclosed. But can you feel that energy, that glow, that positive energy from being able to be in my house, but connect with the outdoors and see things that are going on? And if I want to, I can just install sheer curtains and just have voiles or, like I said, sheer curtains to kind of add that extra layer of privacy while still having that light. But again, not every house has this. So if you want a unique home, this is the home for you. I love this. Actually, I'm going to close the curtains and just show you how the mood changes. And you tell me if you think that that is such a great addition. Look how kind of dark it is. It's great for nighttime, but look at this, guys. This is, I'm sorry, this is incredible. I love it. As an architect, this is the type of stuff I like, and in the right location, next to the countryside settings. We're not in the city centre. We're not right in a busy, bustling city with chaos going all around us. We're in a really nice, quiet suburban area. This is the type of thing I like to see. So enough about that. We've got spotlights right in front of our wardrobes. We've got the extracts there for the maintaining the air quality. And this, I've just noticed, is actually hand painted. So I will not touch that. That is stunning. I thought it was a wallpaper earlier. Good vibes only. Yes, that's what we're talking about. We've got a pendant here. Like I said, spotlights over there. So if you want to go without the spotlights, you can opt out of having those. But they kind of highlight this area, which is our wardrobe area. Again, I think the wardrobes and the fitted furniture is being provided by Hammonds, but I love this. And there's also behind that mannequin, which not a mannequin, I think it's called a bust for tailors. And we've got chest of drawers right there, and it's just oak on the inside, like oak veneer or wooden veneer, and then the high gloss shiny white with like a beautiful metallic trim in the middle. Love that. So that's the wardrobe space. We've got a double bed here. beautiful headboard. It's a quirky space. It kind of looks very, very livable. It doesn't look staged. Like it's very, very livable. Okay, I've just contradicted myself. It doesn't look staged. However, we do have 5,000 pillows on the bed. And you guys know, I don't even need to explain. They're all going to go on the floor. Anyway, 2 bedside tables, radiator, wall space there, wall space there. There's a mirror there behind. And of course, it has an ensuite. So the ensuite as well has its own window. Ooh, I love that. Natural light. We've got a chrome towel rail, heated towel rail there. Full height tiling. In fact, it's fully tiled, including the floor, which you may be forgiven for thinking is actually wood, but it's not. It's tile. It's not even that LVT material I talked about. It's actually tile with a wood appearance kind of imprinted on the surface of the tile. But it's done in like a stacked formation. I like that. Again, we've got the tiling then. This is done in a very kind of straight grid formation. So it's a lot of options I'm seeing, because things like how you want the tiles to be laid are usually customizable, but sometimes you don't get that option depending on when you buy. But it's nice to see all of these options in this home. I love the trim all the way around, and I'm used to seeing, whenever I see this upgraded mirror insert, it goes from wall to wall. But I love this border, because whoever tiled this would have been like, oh my gosh. But once it's done, it's amazing. It's an extra effort piece. You've got a 3-piece suite. You've got a floating sink, easy to clean under. And then you've got your toilet there with a hidden cistern. The toilet and the flushing mechanisms behind this wall, which juts out, creates a great shelf for decor. And then you've got your shower, which is a lovely large shower with the same, I think it's the same tile, but with a different finish, a different surface treatment to it. So it's got that kind of ribbon pattern. Love it. So you step into the shower and you've got your rainfall shower head there, and then your handheld shower device there by Myra. I was going to say Myra Minimal. Lovely. So let's go back into the landing. Feel very energized from that first room, but let's get straight to the second room. The second room is over here. This one isn't an ensuite bedroom, but it's a great size double bedroom. I love this. So this, they've gone with like a very indulgent train themed bed. This is so cute. I don't think this is an off-the-shelf piece. Maybe one that Hammonds has done, or maybe it's just a bespoke piece. But regardless, it's quite a large bed frame that fits well into this space. You can make it into a small double and put 2 bedside tables. Love that. Bellway Homes, Baldwin's Gate, established, not estimated, established 2025. And then beside the bed, you've got this whole configuration of wardrobes, sliding wardrobe, floor to ceiling. Oops, sorry guys. Floor to ceiling, Hammonds. You've got the clothes reel there. But again, those are choices you can make. You can customize that as you want. It's fully mirrored. You might not want the mirror finish. And then they've gone with the spotlights above it. And then the spotlights and the main lights are on separate tracks, which is very good if you want to save energy or you just want a bit of moodiness. And yeah, that's great. There's a window, there's a wardrobe, there's radiator, there's ample space. Love it. Everything upstairs is also fully carpeted. Behind this door, we've got our heating system. We've got the whole shebang right here. Great. That's powering all those thermostatic showers. And we've got our family bathroom over here with the tiling. Again, fully tiled, which is usually an upgrade. So if you didn't pay for the upgrade to fully tile it, you would get tiling to the wet areas. So the shower would be fully tiled because that's a fully wet area, and the bath zone would be tiled to cover the wet areas. I would like to mention we've got a shower in here, we've got a bathtub in here, and it's been upgraded to a shower over bath. So if you've got any pets, small children, or just for like washing and cleaning the bathtub, very easy to kind of like get that shower head and to spray the shower, the baths, guys. We've got a window, again, a large window bringing in lots of light and ventilation. Love that. Tiling to the sill. And you've got this pushed in appearance. I like it because the push in is possibly to do with this, which is the hidden system. The actual toilet system is behind this wall, and then you've got the faceplate, but you can't actually tell that all of that is going on because it's just being done in a very tasteful way. You've got your sink, your toilet, mirror again with that beautiful wraparound detail, and right over here we've got the fourth part of our 4-piece suite, which is our shower, a really good size, similar to the other one. There's a handheld device in this one, and then we've got our chrome towel rail. So you just pop out of the shower, you grab your towel, and you're good to go. Or you pop out of the bath, you grab your towel, and you're good to go. So the next room is over here. If you follow me, we've got another well-proportioned bedroom. Double bedroom with a king. Actually, I think this might be a king size bed. Anyway, a king size bed would easily fit in here with 2 bedside tables. It's very moody and dark in here, intentionally dark. Got the bedside table lamps there and a large window configuration facing the rear garden. And then we've got the radiator and this fitted wardrobe configuration with these gorgeous antique brass looking handles. Love it. That's really, really nice. You can just see the options that are available to you. Close them away, all of the mess can go in there. Really good size bedroom. And before we go into our most awaited space, let's show you the 4th bedroom. So in here, we've got a single bedroom. Again, could be a playroom, a cinema room, a walk-in wardrobe, additional bonus storage space, whatever you want. But why would you do that when you've got this feature glazing, again, bringing in that light into this space? I love the fact that it gives us the opportunity to have that dramatic floor-to-ceiling curtain rail there. And I love this profile, the picture rail, and then the profiling that they've done, which is very on trend. It's really giving you an idea of what you can do. And you can see this crib is actually quite big. So a single bed could easily go against that wall with a bedside table there. And then as you can see, a wardrobe, maybe another one if you really want to, or you can do what they've done, wardrobe and the chest of drawers with space in the middle to move and grow. I love it. So that's the 4th bedroom, leading us to the 5th bedroom, the most awaited bedroom, which is the primary suite. So come with me and let me show you the primary suite, which is over here. And again, we're getting those forest green themes, but they've kind of taken it to be more of a kind of Art Deco, Gatsby, extravagant, elegant vibe. You've got that large window, just in case you thought we'd seen all the large windows. No, they've saved almost the best for last, actually. This large feature window just really, really, really enhances this space, bringing in so much light. Again, options for privacy, like I said, the foils, or you can have a half-height frosted film put on there, or a patterned film. Again, it really does suit somebody who loves connecting with the outdoors, who isn't afraid to live with that dynamic and feels a really good benefit from having that natural light come into their space. Opposite our large bed is our large wardrobe system. They've gone with mirrored doors, but you can go with plain doors, sliding doors, any type of doors, or go without them if you want. But obviously with this being a primary bedroom, we would expect to have lots of storage options. So all of this space at the foot of the bed is just dedicated to whoever gets the privilege of having this bedroom. So all of that is storage, clothes storage, linen storage, all of that. And this humongous bed frame, which I think is actually a king size bed, is well proportioned for this space. You've still got a little bit of space around here if you want to put another chest of drawers here, upgrade these to chest of drawers. You've got a thermostat there, which kind of indicates this might be independently controlled from the rest of the first floor, but who knows? That's something to check. And then as I close the door, there's little bits of room still left over. There's a radiator, which they've gone with a vertical one, like that. That's quite different. And of course, no primary suite is complete without your primary ensuite, which is over here. Again, that moodiness has been brought in. Fully tiled again, we're seeing the same level of fittings. We've got the rainfall shower head there, a handheld device for cleaning and getting to those nooks and crannies around the shower, and to kind of enhance that experience, we've got the inlaid mirror, we've got the hidden cistern, the toilet, rocker faceplate in chrome, floating sink there by Rocker as well, and the window. So I love the fact that each and every one of the bathrooms has a window. So not only do we have the extractor fans, we also have the windows bringing in natural air. And then we've got the chrome heated towel rail to complete this space. And obviously it's a treat to look at because of the selection of the tiles, the materials, and then pairing that with the dark green accents in interior design. So that is the last thing I want to say about this house. Or is it? Is there more to say? If there is more to say, we want to hear it in the comments. So subscribe. So if you're interested in watching other Bellway Homes' tours, we've got a playlist that's going to pop up on the screen, and we're still here at this development for another couple of homes. I want to mention, you either love or hate these windows. It's obvious they're a striking feature which enhances the home, but there's a give and take, isn't there? Privacy and all that. These windows are actually a standard fixture in the Watchmaker. There are other versions of it where they have more traditional openings. And guys, just to let you know, there is actually another version of this house type, the Watchmaker, with more conservative traditional windows for anyone who is a bit more conservative in taste and doesn't want that contemporary bold statement. So yeah, just to let you know, you can check that out on the Bellway Homes' website, or click the link in the description to go straight to this development. But yeah, before you leave and click on another video, definitely subscribe and like this video so you can be notified when the next one pops up next week. All right, see you later. Bye.